Are you currently feeling flat, spiritually fatigued? Like you don't even feel you have a soul anymore. You feel as if you're just a walking husk, just going through motions day after day, task after task. Perhaps some of you have gotten a lot of your dreams met and yet feel completely empty. Or maybe some of you haven't even gotten started yet and you're still struggling with the basic needs and still feel empty, defeated, confused. I know I have a couple comments that come in every once in a while that are sad to read, as some of them will say, no, I'm just done trying and I'm just going day by day, pushing through, trying to do the best I can. And I also get some other comments that are actually very angry and aggressive, and it feels as if what I said attacked them at a sensitive spot within them. Regardless of the expression, people are feeling spiritually tired. There could be many causes for such things, but oftentimes, from my personal experience and the experience I've had with the clients that I work with, it's over identifying with a particular ego story, narrative, tale that we have lived by for a long time, and we feel completely burdened by its pressure. Because as we age and we grow up, we have limitations imposed, boundaries, acceptable behavior, unacceptable behavior, which is all a part of life. You can't get rid of that. There's no way it can be perfect without flaw. But as a byproduct of that reality, we're going to get individuals who we start to morph and shape and adapt our exterior to fit within the group. And if we can't feel like we can make that fit, then we seclude ourselves, become heavily introverted, sit inside our rooms, and not even bother. Some of us perhaps have actually made something of our lives. Maybe we've made some money. Maybe we've made some external validation. Perhaps we have people who are admiring us. But yet, we feel empty. I know for me anyway, when I was over-identifying with a particular narrative that I had to be this strong, stoic individual that doesn't need to feel emotion. Because I grew up with care. I'm not going to say I didn't grow up with care, but words are not a part of the family. We don't really express our love and our empathy. It really wasn't an environment that I could dump out emotion and really have it be heard. Not even to be given advice, but to have it be heard and respected. And so as time's gone on, I had to build a particular exterior for a while. But every exterior comes cracking at some point. It will crash. Because the soul from within, it cannot withhold this anymore. And so you can hear within yourself this either feeling, this sense of light, or a voice that is calling onto you. That's what happened to me anyway. And that's what happened to the people that I work with. You hear this voice from within calling onto you for authenticity, calling onto you to challenge this persona you've been playing, this caricature that is in part you, but heavily modified. And so when you live an inauthentic life, you're going to feel that burden, that internal conflict. And so the ultimate question is, what can we start doing to fix that? If you're somebody who's at a place in their life rather, that still need to, make some money to live, get a roof over their heads, that's probably more than likely going to have to be your starting point. It's very hard to do all these extra things without your basic needs met. It's very difficult. And so I urge you, if that's you, to start building up the basics of your life. You don't need to be a millionaire. You just need to have your means covered. If you could just have your means covered, you can start to work on these additional things. Now, these are, in my opinion, foundational and important. They're top priority, but I'm not going to sit here and deny the fact that if someone's not making enough to live, you're not going to care about any of this. It's not going to matter. Because you're thinking, I can't pay for food, I can't pay my bills, I don't have time to think about my soul right now. And that's perfectly valid, and I totally understand. But if you are somebody who is having their needs met, you have things covered, and you're feeling vacant, this is something you can apply pretty much today. I need you to get a journal, and I need this journal to be a sacred journal. I talk a lot of my videos about journaling because it's really important, because it allows you to separate and observe what's going on from within outside, so you don't identify with it as much, and you can actually look and observe and challenge it. And so when you get this journal, you're going to begin the process of inner soul dialogue. You can ask any kind of question you want. The basic question you can start to ask is, you can say, number one, where are you residing? The soul. You can name it soul, and you can give it a particular name if you want to make it more personal for you. Where are you sitting? Where within me are you hiding? What can I do to bring you forward? What have I done that I need to rectify? What have I said that I need to apologize for? Because you always assume that it is apologizing to the people outside, especially if our challenges from within have caused us to overtly express this pain, maybe through being rude, condescending, negligent. But oftentimes it is an inward expression of anger and frustration. That we're angry at ourselves, but feel betrayed by ourselves, can't stand ourselves. And so when you ask this question, you won't get an answer right away. If you do, fantastic. But what's often going to happen, it's going to take some time, a couple days maybe, a couple weeks. But at some point, something will come to you. And this is something really important. I always express to all the clients I work with. The answer you're going to be looking for and the answer you're going to want, it will not come the way you think. It may not come in words in your head. It might. It absolutely might. It can come in images, in pictures. It can come in as a feeling. It can come in as some sort of synchronicity that happened outside of your inner world, where something lined up in your life that you went, that doesn't seem random to me. If anything, it's worth investigating and sitting on and seeing where this opens up to, seeing where this goes. So you have to be completely open and receptive. You cannot block anything. Be ready for any answer. And if you sit and wait with the intention to find it, without rushing, without judging, you always want to be adventurous, curious, loving, compassionate, with a firm hand on yourself, and you find that right balance, the answer will come to you. And when the answer comes to you, it is now your choice to take action on that calling. Sometimes the answer you're looking for is not going to be pleasant. It may be asking a lot of you. But that's how all this stuff works. I find that anything you're looking for that is going to elevate your life in a deep, meaningful way. And when I speak on these things, I don't mean in terms of money, in terms of cars. If that is your focus, that's fine. That's okay. And there's a healthy amount that we have to have that focus on, of course. There's always a healthy amount to everything. But to me, it's getting the baseline. And then anything excess, it's not something I am interested in whatsoever. I'm more interested in the deeper purpose work, the deeper divine work of ego-soul integration. That is my That is my thing. to put it that way, it's a modern way to say that's my thing. And anything related to that has a price tag. It's a tough price tag. If you want strength, you're going to be presented with so much challenge that you have no choice but to build resilience. You want to be compassionate? Well, you're going to be put in front of someone who's going to be agitating to you, who's going to be frustrating, that you have to now call upon yourself a deeper level of compassion to actually meet them there. You want to have patience, you're going to be put in a position where you're going to have to wait so damn long, it's going to drive you crazy. The price tag is tough. But once you accomplish it, you will be rewarded. And the reward, again, same as the answer that you were looking for, will not come to you in the way you think. But there's one thing that will consistently happen. You will feel a deeper sense of connection to your soul once again. You're going to feel that light blossom again. You're going to feel the sense of energy kicking in that you've always known that you've had, but you didn't know where it went and you didn't know how to call upon it. And when that energy comes in, be grateful for it, because understand this other thing. I don't want this to sound sad or negative, because it's not if you really look at the details of it. But this energy that will come in from integrating your ego and soul, from contending with what's going on from within, it's borrowed. You can't keep it forever. That sense of energy will come in, but then as life goes on, it can start to derail and misalign. But if you've aligned once, you can align again. And that is the optimism of it. That is the hope. There is hope forever. There is always hope, because it'll always come back if you're willing to take the price tag. If you're willing to do it, it will come back. And it's come back multiple times in my life. And now at this point, I can feel that integration. And if time goes on, it can drift. You know, sometimes things happen in my life that changes my focus. Sometimes things can happen that frustrate me and get me extremely angry. And it causes me to split and inhabit more of my ego, to get into a more defensive state, a protective state. But because I've been integrated before and I felt it and I've connected with it and I've touched it, as I split, I can sense it and I can make the decision to work it back to be united again. It's something truly beautiful, and it's a skill like anything else. If this is something you want to go deeper with and you want to work with me personally, you can click the button below and book a one-on-one session. That way I can help you through your identity loss, navigating towards an ego-soul integrated lifestyle, rebuilding purpose, rediscovering who you truly are. And if you're new to the channel and you're not yet familiar with my work and you're not ready for a one-on-one just yet, you can click the second button below and just join my mailing list. I'll send out monthly newsletters, all regarding rebuilding purpose, rediscovering who you are, archetypes, shadow work, everything related to the ego-soul integration. And then as a thank you, when you sign up to the newsletter, I'm going to send you my 3-step identity rebuilding guide. And it's a toolkit that you can use right off the bat the minute you sign up to help you navigate this process. It's my absolute pleasure to pass it off to you. And hopefully after some time we can work together. It's something that I absolutely have a privilege to do, and I do not take it for granted. I take it very, very seriously. Thank you very much. And I will see you on the next video.